welcome to the Penne for Your Thoughts podcast, your favorite podcast on this side of the country. I'm your host, Matt LeBlanc,
And I'm your host, David Schwimmer.
and together we're the Powerpuff Girls. Anyway,
What?
I don't know. You told me to just make it up. We're switching things up this episode, and I'm recording. I'm the lead. You're just the co-host.
Because now we think I'm the issue with my setup.
Oh
But
yeah,
we'll see.
the last few episodes have been interesting with audio, and we're working on it. We're figuring it out. It's trial and error. Okay, we're gonna jump right into a quiz. And it says, it might sound a little weird, but I'm 99.13% sure I can guess your birth order based simply on your Taylor Swift songs. I'm gonna be so for real, I know all of 3 Taylor Swift songs. So,
I know very limited. I probably know 20.
it's better than 3.
The first ones, It just says, pick a song. Hoax, Dancing with Her Hands Tied, Haunted, and Lomo.
I'm doing that one, because some people say it means love of my life, and others say loss of my life. And I like a double entendre.
I don't know any of these songs. Maybe I'll do Dancing with Her Hands Tied.
I know you'll pick the best one. Should have said no, tolerate it, I bet you think about me, king of my heart. I haven't heard of any of these.
Tolerate It. That one's a good one.
I'm gonna say should have said no. Uh-oh.
Should have said no. That's so. Sorry. Anyways.
Claim your next song. Labyrinth, Death by a Thousand Cuts, The Other Side of the Door, A Perfectly Good Heart. Those all sound like Grey's Anatomy episodes.
Right? I'm going to choose Labyrinth because that's the only one I know. That's from her Midnights album.
I'm gonna pick A Perfectly Good Heart because that sounds the most like a Grey's Anatomy episode. You Know What to Do, The Outside, Dear John, We Were Happy, Getaway Car. Getaway Car, because I know who that's about.
It's by Harry Styles.
No, it's not.
I was guessing. Who is it about?
Oh.
I have no idea.
Tom Hiddleston. Loki himself.
I don't know any of these songs besides Getaway Car, so I'm just going to say We Were Happy.
You Got This, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, Say Don't Go, Bejeweled, You Belong With Me.
Okay, I'm going to choose Say Don't Go, but I have a really funny story. So Wednesday when I was at the club, it's a country bar, right? And You Belong With Me comes on, and it's just me and said friend. As soon as it comes on, said friend's like, I'm going to go get water. And I was like, oh my God. I've never seen them run faster. Sammy! Come here! Sorry, my child is yelling.
I think that needs to stay in the podcast because that was funny.
Boy, if you just don't look outside, nothing can scare you. Stop looking outside. Stop wondering what's out there. I sound like such a crazy person. Say Don't Go.
Okay, I picked Bejeweled.
That's a good song.
It was my favorite trend on TikTok because all these moms were taking their kids to the Eras tour and all the kids were in sparkly outfits and it was so cute. And they all did her walk. I loved it. Pick your favorite track. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, Superstar, Begin Again, Everything Has Changed. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic sounds like a good autobiography name. Or like a memoir.
Real. I'll say Everything Has Changed.
I want to say, I don't know any of these, so I'm going to say Sad, Beautiful, Tragic because it's very memoir-esque. Which one of these songs are The One? The Man, Invisible String, Timeless, Right Where You Left Me. The Man. That's one of my favorites. I know that one.
I'll say Timeless.
You're Doing Great. Pick Another Tomb. State of Grace, The Manuscript, This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, Picture to Burn. Also, some of these sound like Grey's Anatomy episodes.
I'm going to go Picture to Burn.
I want to say The State of Grace. Almost done, I promise. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, Back to December, Blank Space, Wildest Dreams.
Ooh. Wildest Dreams and I Can Do It With a Broken Heart are my 2 anthems. I'm going to say I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
I'm going to say Wildest Dreams, and I have a funny story. So one of the lyrics in that song is, what is it? What does she say?
She says a lot.
She says, no, there's a certain, shut up.
You see me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night.
There's something about, Like, see me in a white dress. That's what it is. It's like,
Red
you see me in a white
dress.
dress. Whatever. She see me in a dress, and my dad used to sing, "You see me in an ice chest." I think it's so funny.
That's a
Like,
good one.
he does this thing where he'll be like, "It's that I've been saying this the whole time," and that was one of them where he was like, "It's a red dress or it's a dress. I've been saying she's standing in an ice chest this whole time."
Yeah, because T Swizzle was just standing in an ice chest. No, that is really funny.
This is the last time I'm asking you to pick a song. You're on your own, kid. I can see you. Long live. Who's afraid of little old me?
Ooh, I think you're on your own, kid. Really fits me.
I'm gonna say Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, because that's one of the only other
Who's
ones.
afraid of little old me? You should
Thanks,
be.
Taylor.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, done with quiz. So it got mine right. It said, I'm betting you're the oldest child. You are the leader of your siblings and love being in charge. Yes, I do, because I have OCD and I'm a control freak. I bet you've never even had hand me downs. That's a lie. I have. Unless you've had a nice older cousin. I do not have an older cousin. I just had older neighbors. Did I guess correctly? Yes, you did.
Mine says I'm betting you're an only child. You have no siblings. Hey, at least there is no one to get in a fight with. Am I right? Did I guess correctly? No, but also in a weird way, yes. Because technically, I'm an only child biologically. There's no other, like, I'm split, and I did my formative years. For those who don't know, a lot of children's formative years are actually from birth to 6 or 7. I was an only child. I didn't have siblings until I was 5 or 6. So, in a very odd way, yes. I like to say I actually got the best of all worlds because I got to be an only child, a youngest, and an oldest because I'm the oldest in my sibling lineup, the only biological child of my parents. And then I have two older uncles who, they're only older by like 14 and 16 years, which a lot of siblings can have older gaps than that. So I got like a weird thing of, I got all three. So technically, it's not entirely wrong. I'm definitely not just BSing this episode, and I definitely have it all planned. Um,
Chat
we're gonna
GPT
talk.
it.
No, I don't need ChatGPT. I did media production in college. I can come up with a podcast. Anyways, we're gonna talk about media hot takes, and this actually does have an inspiration. The Oscars just happened. Now I don't know if you're an Oscars watcher, but I am. I
Okay.
love the Oscars. From the age of 14, I've been told one day I will be winning an Academy Award, and I firmly believe that one day I will be winning an Academy Award. Really fun fact. I didn't know at the Oscars that the Oscar itself didn't have the person's name on it when they won. I didn't realize that was something they get done after until recently, and they posted a video of Mikey, what's her name? Mikey Manson? Madison? Mikey someone. She was in Anora. Um, there's a video of her all excited as they're inscribing her name. I'm gonna be so for real. I thought the Oscar already had it, and that's why they don't show it when they announce it, because they don't want to give away who it is beforehand. So I
That's
just learned
good
recently.
logic. But
Thank you.
they do that for a lot of shows. They do that for the Nickelodeon award ceremony. They do that Streamies, Webbies. Um, I'm trying to think of other awards they do that for. I can't remember any other ones, but those are the ones I knew of.
We are both very influenced people, but we are very what?
It's like I'm chronically online. I don't consume media
I mean you do, because
to
you
an
watch a
extent.
lot of. I was like, you watch a lot of movies and a lot of shows. You're good mythical
That's
more.
true.
That's media. Like you watch a lot of
That's
media.
true.
We just
That's
watch
true.
very different media, but our friendship. I don't want to say it was founded on media, but it was founded on a big common ground of media and
Yes.
film and TV. And we've had a lot of like, hey, let's do charcuterie and watch this movie, or let's just, you want to
Yes.
talk about this movie? Our first episode, we were just like, let's talk about documentaries. So we have a
Yes.
lot of common ground with that. So I was like, you know what? And you know what? We're both very judgmental people, and in the best way possible.
Truly.
So we're gonna talk about hot takes, and I'm gonna start with my first one, and it comes from the Oscars. The man who won best actor shouldn't have won, and I will stand on that. And I'm really pissed off.
Who won?
Adrian Brody won for The Brutalist, and there's a reason that I'm really upset with him. Um, the day after the Oscars, I had to go to work, and one of my coworkers, shout out Andrew, he came and sat with me at the register, and I went, Andrew, you're not going to care about this, but I need to rant to someone. And he got so heated with me with it, and not against me, but for me. He was like, no, that's stupid. Because I'm going to tell you who was in the running for Best Actor. Okay, Best Actor in a Leading Role was The nominees were Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes in Conclave, and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice. A lot of them had a lot to do, like, the Conclave is a movie about the Catholic Church, very serious. Ralph Fiennes is amazing in it because he's a very known to be a serious actor, but in that he brings this like light to something that you don't really see. Timothy Chalamet and Sebastian Stan both had to do lots of training. I think Chalamet practiced guitar and singing to be like Bob Dylan for like 6 years or something. And then Sebastian Stan is not a Trump fan. He does not like Mr. Trump, but played him and played a very good version of Trump in The Apprentice. And the man who won had to have AI to give him a Hungarian accent.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're good. 1 second. Yeah, you can come in. Special guest, my sister. You want to be on the podcast? Because I'm filming.
Hi, sister.
Come in. Okay. Bye. Love you. I'll miss you. I'm sorry. It's okay.
Why is she scared? I can only...
It was really, that was cute. You can keep this in. It was actually really cute because she goes, I'm going to a sleepover. Bye. I love you. I'll miss you.
That's so cute.
I love her. Anyways, yeah, he won for a role in which he could not do a Hungarian accent and used AI to do the Hungarian accent. And there was another film that was up for a lot of these roles, or a lot of these things, that also used AI, but used AI in a very different way. There's a, I think it's based off an opera. I'm not totally sure, but have you heard of Emilia Perez?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the actors in that, there's an actress who has to portray a trans person, and so they use that to alter the voice just to sound a little bit more realistic, which I'm fine with. That's fine. It's not altering the performance in any way, shape, or form. When you're giving the person an accent, half of acting is learning. We both were actors. We both did theater. Half of acting is learning how to do voices and accents.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he couldn't do it. So I don't think he should have been nominated, nor do I think he should have won. And second hot take, in conjunction with that, his speech was like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, he had like first longest speech in all of Oscars history or something like that. And I was like, that's not something you should be proud of.
He also threw his gum, like he had gum in his mouth and he threw it on the, like he was walking up the stairs. He threw it to his girlfriend, I think. So that's my first hot take when it comes to the media.
Yeah. One of my hot takes is I think Wicked should have won in more categories.
Oh, I agree.
Granted, I've never seen it. Cynthia Erivo was nominated for actress in a leading role, and Mikey Madison won it for Honora. I think Cynthia Erivo should have gotten it because she has always been a Broadway and stage performer, and she was in stand up, which I think was like her breakthrough, her big break of being on screen production. But her performance in Wicked, from clips I have seen, I have not seen Wicked, she should have won it. And I think Wicked should have won more. I think they won like best makeup, best editing, and best costume design. But I'm like, no, you should have given the actors more, the music more.
I think they should have won more. I think Ariana should have won.
Or at least been nominated.
She was nominated for best supporting.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Zoe Saldana won for Emilia Perez. But I think Ariana should have won. I don't agree with Cynthia winning for Best Actress, but that's because Mikey Madison, I think she should have won because of Nora. Do you know the story? It's basically a lot to do with sex workers, and she plays I don't know if she's a stripper or a dancer. She's something in the sex working industry and then kind of gets wrapped up in the Russian mafia. And I haven't seen it yet, but from what I've seen, the clips I've seen, and just how much I know she put into that, because I think his name's Sean Baker, is the director.
I thought you were going to say Sean Evans. I don't know why.
Not Chris Evans' brother. Oh no, his name's Scott, I think. Anyways.
Yeah, I was like, Sean Evans is the guy who hosts Hot Ones.
I know. I think Sean Baker, did an interview or something where he was talking about that basically she put some like he worked a lot with the sex worker industry to get the story right, and then she worked a lot with the sex worker industry to tell the correct story, to know how to portray it. So that's the only reason I'm like, my hot take is I think she should have won, because I know a lot of people wanted Cynthia to win and think she should have won. I think Mikey deserved it.
It's valid. Um, Ooh, here's a hot take. I just watched Avatar recently. It is not that great of a movie to have such a cultural impact as it did, in my opinion.
This is gonna turn into an Avatar podcast. Why? What? I need to know, because I watched that movie for the first time. Whenever the second one came out, my brother and I watched Avatar, the first one, the blue
I don't
people,
think the
right?
second one has come out. Yeah.
The blue, yeah, it did. I know because I saw it. It came out in like 2023, I thought, or 2022.
Oh, it did come out in 2022. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So my brother and I watched the first Avatar together the day before the second one came out, and then we went and watched the second one together. And then when the third one comes out, we already have a plan that we're gonna go see it together. So I had never seen it until that point, and I loved it. But now I need to know why you didn't like it.
Okay. Number one. It made, like, when I talk to people who are not film majors, who do not study film, I'm like, oh, I watched Avatar, or I'm going to watch Avatar. Can you tell me what it's about? They're like, I don't really know. It's adventure, and it's not something they can put into words. So I'm like, that's not a good movie, first off, because it never left a lasting impact of the storyline. And doesn't mean the stories in it don't have an impact, but the storyline itself does not create an impact, if that makes sense. Second, it is essentially Pocahontas. It is someone coming over to take the land, getting rid of an entire species because they believe their species is superior. And that pissed me off.
Why?
I rest my case. Because, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to scream.
Chill. I was just asking questions.
And what does Angela do? She's like, I shouldn't be that mad. I don't know why I'm that mad.
When she's like, it's not fair, because she made it. She goes, I'm an adult.
Yeah. I should not be acting this way.
Yeah.
Literally me right now. Because it's just another movie about colonizers.
See, I agree. I don't like the whole white savior complex. I'm a huge, like, that's one of my gripes I have with the movie, right?
Yeah.
And this is not coming from film majors saying to me, but I would describe the story as, like, it's like a retelling of Pocahontas. I believe you can't totally get mad at that, because everything is a retelling of something else in a new form, right?
That's
like,
true.
we've had so many retellings of Romeo and Juliet, but people don't get mad. It's like, oh, because this is new, it's branded. Like, Romeo and Juliet. I love that movie. This is not to bash on Romeo and Juliet.
That's a good movie, too.
It is. It's a great movie because it's like the story of Romeo and Juliet told through gnomes. You know, Sherlock Holmes is another one where there's a bunch of Sherlock Holmes retellings, but people still love them. So it's like, I'm not mad at that. Like, if you asked me, I would turn off my film major brain and be like, you know what it's about? Pocahontas. But with big, sick, like 12 feet tall blue people who really love the nature around them. That's how I would describe that. But it's
That's
like,
valid.
I think I love the movie purely because, one, I think it was made in 2008. And for 2008, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I will give it that.
It's a beautiful movie, and I think it expands on so many things. Like, it doesn't do what I feel like a lot of big movies like that do. Like, I love Lord of the Rings, but I'm going to bash on Lord of the Rings a little bit. It doesn't take pre-existing things and say, let's all throw it into this world together and then not explain it. It explains to you the tree of life. It explains to you what they believe in. It explains, like, the world building in it is beautiful. And also the second one, the world building in the second one is even better. I'm a big sea creature person, and you meet another tribe of Na'vi who are sea Na'vi, and they live in the ocean, and they have fins and gills, and they're different from the forest ones that you meet in the first one. And what is it? They're all connected to these whales, and they're beautiful, big, giant CGI whale creatures. And the main one, who I think is played by Kate Winslet, the main, like, tribe leader lady, is pregnant, and her whale is also pregnant. And so it's this whole thing of like they are literally connected to each other, and it is a beautiful thing. That's why I think it is one of the greatest movies of all time, is because it doesn't shy away from world building, and it's like, hey, you know all those things we expanded on in the first movie? We're gonna expand on it again in the second, and then we're gonna do it again in the. I already know they're gonna do it in the third, and the third's supposed to be about fire ones.
That's valid. I was just gonna say, I also think it's weird how they have sex with their hair.
Oh, just wait till you start questioning how they have. Spoiler alert! In the second one, they have kids. You start questioning how they have kids.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't look too far into that one.
You just don't ask questions.
I will say in the second one, they do this really cool thing where it's like, oh, they speak a different language, and it's like, it's something where it's like you connect through or they're like you connect through language, da, da, da. And then the first like 5 minutes, you hear the kids, because you see that they have kids. Spoiler alert, speaking Navi, and they're like yelling at each other, and then it very quickly shifts to like they're speaking English, like what we would consider English, and it's supposed to be like, oh, it's a weird thing of like you're looking through the perspective of their dad who went from not understanding them to now understanding what his kids are saying. Like, that was something my film major brain was like, that was like such a smooth shift of like, oh, we can't understand them, and then oh my gosh, we're understanding everything they're saying. So,
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. I really love that movie. I also think I am partial to it though, because my brother and I watched it. It was like the first moment. My brother and I have not been close, so it was the first moment that we were like, we have common ground. We can talk about Avatar with each other now.
You're so good. Do you have another hot take?
I do. My other hot take is I don't think people should be upset about casting and people not looking like the source material. I have a very specific example for this. Have you seen How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes.
People are very upset that Astrid is not white with blonde hair and blue eyes, and instead has a darker complexion with, I think her hair is in braids, but then she has like actual braids, if that makes sense.
I'm looking
Like
up
her
a
hair is
picture.
braided, and then her braids are in braids. You know what I mean?
Let me see.
I don't know if I'm describing it correctly.
Oh, yeah. Like she has micro braids.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Like the braids are braided.
Yeah.
And I'm not to call out my neighbor. I heard her say this. She's not supposed to look like that. She's supposed to be white with blonde hair. And it's like, I get really upset because it's like, I get it. Sometimes you should look like the source material. Other times it doesn't matter. And that is one of those times. Like Snow White, I love Rachel Zegler. Snow White, I don't think she was the right person for that. Because the whole point of Snow White is her skin is as fair as snow, and her skin is not as fair as snow. Right? And a lot of people were saying, like, what if they cast Rapunzel from Tangled? They do a live action Tangled, and she's Indian. That's great. I think that'd be awesome. I don't think it matters that much in that scenario versus, like, Snow White. Anyways, that's my hot take.
I agree with that. It's like Halle Berry as Ariel. Mermaids aren't fucking real. Who gives a shit if Ariel's black? It's a made up story. Like, yeah, Snow White, I get. That's totally understandable. And, like, Rapunzel, sure, it wouldn't be like accurate to the time the story was placed in if she was like brown or a different color, but like I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a Disney fairy tale. You can cast whoever you want. And plus, I almost get more mad when they try and cast someone like when they did Lily James as Cinderella, because Lily James has that beautiful long face. But in the animated series, Cinderella has a heart-shaped round face. Lily James looks nothing like Cinderella. And so I was almost like, why cast someone who so closely resembles but then doesn't resemble a character?
Yeah.
And just go all the way and just cast somebody entirely new who doesn't
Yeah.
even look like the character, you know?
My whole thing with now that I brought up the Rapunzel, as long as her hair grows or glows, I don't care what color her hair is. I just want it to
Exactly.
glow when she sings. One of my favorite moments is when she like freaks out and she's like, my hair glows when I sing, like it heals. And it's like, as long as you have that, I don't care what color her hair is. She could be bald
Exactly.
and her head could just glow. I just want her hair to glow. Like that's
Yeah.
it. And I just want a hot Flynn Rider. Don't cast someone ugly. Thank you.
That
But then you have like Emma Watson, who I think looks like remarkably like how obviously Belle's animated. But if
Yeah.
you had to pick someone to be Belle, I could not imagine someone better than her for Belle. I feel like you have to pick and choose your battles, and if there's a defining feature with a character, they need to have it. Like Cinderella's face, like facial structure, or not facial structure, head shape, very
Yeah.
defining feature. Same thing with Snow White, skin is white as snow, very defining feature.
Yep.
Rapunzel, her hair just needs to glow. Like,
Yep.
as long Ariel just needs a tail. So it's like as long as that defining feature is there, and
Oh,
like
truly.
to the How to Train Your Dragon thing, she's just gotta look young because they're supposed to be like 15 in the first movie. I feel like that's
Yeah.
the one. Like, sure, you could say her blonde hair is defining, but if you just give me an outline, I'm gonna know by the hair shape of she has two braids and wears a Viking hat.
Exactly. Like, that's what I was looking at in the picture. I was like, she looks like a strong Viking, therefore she's Astrid. Like, it doesn't matter that she has these micro braids and is doing this cultural hairstyle. It's like she is portraying a Viking. Vikings came in all sorts of shapes and colors and different sizes. And it's like, it's, I don't know. People need to stop being so close minded.
There's another thing with that same movie where there's the twins in it. I think it's like Rough Nut and Tough Nut or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like people are saying they don't look like twins. And it's like, again, when you're taking an animated movie where you can use the same model for siblings and just change the gender, you're not going to get that in real life. And I think the people they picked do kind of look like siblings. Like, I could see them being siblings. Do I see them being twins? No. But that's not gonna like take me out of the experience. Like, I think they pick some people who look related, and that's as close as you're gonna get, unfortunately. You know what?
I didn't realize the movie was coming out in June.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited now, too. Sorry,
Um,
I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I think I don't want to. I know the actor who's playing his dad, Gerard Butler. That's who it is. I almost said Russell Crowe. Very different person. That's almost like if people got mad that, like, so Gerard Butler voices his dad and is going to play his dad in the live action. I feel like I don't understand, like, if you're going to get mad at, like, one of the other characters, why aren't you getting mad that he doesn't have a big, thick beard and isn't this big, buff Viking guy? Why are you not getting mad that he doesn't have, like, unhuman proportions?
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway.
Ugh, frustrates me. And same thing. For real. And then when things are accurate, like culturally accurate, like Maui in Moana, bigger dude, taller guy, didn't have roaring abs like every other Greek god does, but that's how Samoans look. Like, yeah, he looks like an actual Samoan, and people were just getting hella pissed. I'm like, not everyone has to have roaring abs in order to be a Greek god or a superhero. Like,
Well, it's like now they're pissed that The Rock, who voices him, is gonna play him when they do it live action. It's like, I think that's great. I think it's awesome that he's gonna get to portray his culture that way. But people are mad because The Rock does have abs and is a like buffer dude, and it's like, it doesn't matter. As long as they can act, I really don't care.
yeah, exactly.
Not a hot take, but have you seen the little girl who's playing Lilo in Lilo and Stitch?
There's a live action Lilo and Stitch.
There is, and she is one, adorable, two, she talks like a full grown person. The way she speaks in interviews, you would think that child has been media trained her whole life. I'm not saying Stitch is cute, but the girl who plays Lilo is adorable and is so well media trained. And the way I would listen to her talk in an interview, and the way she talks, you're like, how are you? You're an old lady in a very tiny person's body.
Sammy kind of looks like Stitch.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, a little bit.
Oh, she's so cute. This chica,
Mm-hmm.
she kind of looks like she could play Dora. She just has like that sweet face with those apples of a cheek.
No, and the
Huh.
way she just speaks is, I love her. I think you couldn't have casted a better kid to play Lilo.
Oh my god. What's this guy's name? He did Two Ferns. Zach
Oh.
Galifianakis. I'm glad he's in this. He makes me happy. All right. Can I say a hot take now?
Of
Now
course
that
you
we're on
can.
movies. Gonna scream. I wonder if this will be too loud. Not everything needs a live action movie.
Oh my
I know we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
live action movies and Disney characters, but for the love of fuck, stop making everything a live action movie. Like, these movies just happened 10, 20 years ago. They're not old enough to have a live action. Like a live action Moana. Moana came out 8 or 9 years ago, not even a
Yeah.
decade.
It was like 2016.
Yeah. So almost a decade. You don't need a live action. I feel like in order to make a live action, it has to be 15 years or older, right? Because all those Imagineers, all those people, those writers, are geniuses. They're writers at Disney for a reason. And I'm like, Sammy is not happy I yelled. With new movies. Like, there are so many plot lines. Retell Shakespeare like you have to, or if you have to. Like, find, or Tyler Wilde, or Oscar Wilde. Sorry, not Tyler Wilde.
Fuck is Tyler Wilde?
Oscar Wilde, my bad. Retell old stories in new versions. Make new characters. I want new things.
Yeah.
I sound like, is it Jim or Dwight who's like, enough of this old wine.
Yeah.
I want new wine this year. Like, I'm so tired of people making live action movies of movies that just came out not even a decade ago. A new Disney movie and then have it followed with a live action. You know? Give us some variety. Because I love good Disney, like Turning Red and Encanto. And I can't even think of any other new Disney movies. They've all been fucking remakes. Anyways, I need to calm down.
I agree with you too. But have you seen? Okay, Disney just put out a TV show called Win or Lose. Have you seen that? It's on Disney Plus. It's called Win or Lose. I watched a couple episodes just because, again, we put it on at the daycare. Disney's something we put on all the time. And I was watching some of it, and I was just like, it's not good. And in a weird way, I think Disney needs a break from new ideas. So that's why I think, in a weird way, I'm okay with them remaking some things. I agree, Moana shouldn't be getting remade, but I'm very excited for the Lilo and Stitch remake because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's like 22. That was when we were born. It was like 22 years ago, 23 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that. So it's like I get it. They need a little bit of a break from new ideas because Win or Lose sucks and it looks like a Duolingo ad. Um,
I think needing a break, that's what I was agreeing with you on.
yeah.
But I'm like, if they need a break, take the break. Commit to the bit. Stop making.
I feel like when you're that big of a company, you can't. I don't want to say they lose the traction, but in a weird way they would because they took a break before Elemental, and people were like, "Well, now I'm not even excited for this. Like, I don't even want to see." Also, great movie, love that movie. So it's like I feel like because they took that break before that movie, and then that movie got rushed out, and it's a good movie. There's just some things where I'm like, you should have spent some more time on that. So it's like in a weird way, I feel like they feel like they can't, and I feel like they can't just because people are so and nowadays it's so demanding that you just have to push out content. Do I think we needed a whole Mufasa movie? No, but also there's some banger songs in that movie. Some of that music, it's like a give and take.
I get they need to make
Oh, yeah.
remakes, but like, they've made them for so many years. Just remake, 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 remake. I'm like, take a break of the remake. Put out something new. Like, new story. Maybe every 2 remakes you do 1 new story.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm hoping though that like maybe in the next year or two that's when we start getting some new content, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm okay. For right now, watch cut to me 2 years when we're doing the podcast more professionally and I'm like, I hate this. I can see the frustration. This is more for TV, but I don't think everything needs a reboot.
Yes!
I
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think everything needs a reboot. I think you should let things die when they die. And I'm not saying, I keep mentioning Grey's Anatomy, and I'm not saying technically it got rebooted, but it should have died.
Yeah, it just never ended. They just got a new cast and started filtering in new characters.
In my brain, it's a reboot because they just took the OG stuff and just remade it. I think it should die. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure what's her name? Ellen Pompeo? Whoever Meredith
Yeah.
Grey is. She's leaving the show and they're still going to continue. And I saw a meme earlier that was like, how are you going to have Grey's Anatomy without Grey? Like, I know it's also a book, and that's like the point. It's like a medical book. It's not technically her,
Yeah.
but like she's been the main character for almost 20 seasons.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah.
then reboots in general, I don't think we needed Fuller House. I love Full House, but I don't think Fuller House was needed. I don't think we need these types of shows. It's okay if you want to remake the show. Like there was a show I think in like the 90s called Party of 5, and then they remade it in like the early 2000 or in the early 2010s called Party of 5. That's fine. Same thing with there was a show called One Day at a Time. It was a OG show back in like the 80s, and then they remade it. That's fine. I don't think we need to reboot shows though to the point of like here's the OG cast and now they're having kids. I don't care. I
Yeah.
have had
Like,
kids for where you ended up.
no, for real. And it's like, I've been seeing a lot of feeds saying how they should make a Friends reboot. I'm like, first of all, absolutely not. Without the full original cast, it is going to be terrible. And everyone's lives, like, they all are in happy places. Monica and Chandler had babies. They're living with Joey. Ross and Rachel are figuring shit out, but it's fine. Everyone had a happy ending. There's no reason to untie those knots to create a new storyline and just dig another hole. So just leave it.
Even when Matthew Perry was still alive, it doesn't make sense. It's like, sure, you want to see their kids. I would get it if you did a whole, like how they did that 90s show. Where it was like they did that 70s show and then they did that 90s show. Where it's like that's a reboot, but the whole cast wasn't back and it wasn't focused on that OG cast. It was
Yeah.
focused on the kids. If you want
Yeah.
to do that with Friends and say that like Emma grew up and she's now best friends with, I don't remember Monica and Chandler's kids, but she's now best friends with them and they're now super close with like Joey's one random kid, like that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't want it tied to the original cast. I want to see
Exactly.
them like for a holiday episode. Like what that was something I liked. Like Girl Meets World was another one where I was like, okay, you have Corey and Topanga because they're, you have to have them because their kids are supposed to be in middle school, but it's not revolving around them. It's revolving around their daughter and her friends. And
Yeah.
sure, one of her friends is the son of someone from the OG show, but we only saw him in like 2 or 3 episodes. Like that's the balance I want. I don't want it
Yeah.
to be like Fuller, not to keep bashing on Fuller House. Sorry, Fuller House fans. But like that was solely focused on the three girls from the OG show and the everyone from the OG show, and then it was like kind of focused on the kids, but it was mainly on them. And I don't need you to rehash that. I know what happened
Exactly.
to them. I'm more curious about everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And it was new storylines, and we weren't untying tied knots, and everything was just there, and it was the children. I think that's a good way to do it.
Let's put them in a modern world. Let's put them now, and it would help people now, because they would all be in their late 20s, give or take. Or like iCarly. We didn't need a rebooted iCarly. I didn't need that. I don't know about anyone else. Or like they just rebooted Wizards of Waverly Place. That one I'm also slightly okay with, just because again it's focusing on the main girl and the other cast it's like the Girl Meets World one. Focused on the main cast and that or focused on the main girl who I think's supposed to be Alex's daughter. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I know slightly. And the other cast is there. iCarly I still don't know what it was about. Like the iCarly reboot, I'm still not sure what it was about, to be honest. So if anyone in the comments wants to tell me, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's valid. Um, I can't think of any other hot takes. I'm one of those people who, um, my friend told me this when we were talking about movies the other night too. Um, he's like, "Have you seen this movie? Yeah, it's good. How about this movie? Yeah, I liked it. It was good." I'm one of those people who just thinks all movies are good. I do have favorites, and I do have really strong negative opinions, but if they're not really good or really bad, they're just like, yeah, that was good. I like that. That was good.
It's like a really bad movie then. What's like your least favorite movie? And you can't
Cats
say
the
Menu.
musical. Cats the musical. The Menu was really good. I liked it, although it was a little gory and interesting and not my type. I think from if I removed my dislikes from The Menu, overall it was a very good movie.
That's a really
Um,
funny sentence. If I removed my dislikes from the menu,
Which is like how I feel about the Joker too. It was very gory, very intense, not my cup of tea, but I can respect it from an avid film goer's view of like
Mm-hmm.
it was a cinematic masterpiece. Joaquin Phoenix did wonderful in that movie. Um, but I think Cats the musical, it's the only movie I have ever walked out on in a theater.
You've walked out?
Yes, it
I,
was so bad. It was the only one. I've considered it a few other times, but then it like got interesting. But I was with my two friends from middle school and we watched Cats the musical opening night. Should have known. There was nobody in the theater on opening night. And we were like, "What is this?" We didn't check reviews. We get maybe a little over halfway in the movie. Like it's decent, so we gave it a shot. We look, it had the worst score on Rotten Tomatoes. And we were like, this is bad. And so collectively, we all left because it was so bad. That's the one movie I think was trash, in my opinion.
love
How
that.
about you? What do you think is the
It's a
worst
Wonderful
movie?
Life. I hate that
Oh,
movie.
I've never seen it.
It's a Christmas movie from the 50s. And I hate it, and a lot of people don't like my opinion on it because they're like, it's the 50s, it's a different time. I don't think that movie should be one of the beloved Christmas movies that America watches. It is the main character is very abusive to his wife and four kids. I think it's four. Four kids. There's a lot of racial stereotypes. I don't think that's a movie we should be watching around Christmas time. The whole plot is there's a guy, his name is George Bailey. I also did the play of this. That's the only reason I know it so well.
Oh, okay.
Um, there's a guy, his name's George Bailey. He grows, you kind of follow him through his life, where it's like he grows up, his parents are kind of rich, all this stuff. He runs I don't remember, like a bank or something with his uncle. The bank falls on hard times, and basically he's so stressed out that he kind of loses the Christmas spirit. And then there is a angel who comes down and is like, what is it? The angel's name is Clarence, and he's kind of this dopey angel who's like, I'm trying to earn my wings, and the way I do that is to help you find the Christmas spirit. And this is right. He comes like into the story when George Bailey's about to kill himself on Christmas. Yeah. And he also, very important, he also has a sick kid because all movies at that time, they always had a sick kid. So he's like so stressed out, his wife's so stressed out, all this stuff. And Clarence is like, I'm gonna help you find the Christmas spirit. So then he basically does the whole Scrooge thing where it's like, I'm gonna show you the world with you not in it. And you're gonna see how much better you make the world be. All this stuff. And it's basically like, if you killed yourself, let me show you what the world would be like. And so he gets to see what the world is like, and then he realizes, no, I am great. I am this wonderful person. And then he comes in and he's like, Mary, I'm so sorry that I was so mean to you. Da da da. Kids, I'm so sorry. And they forgive him like that. If that happened to me, that bitch ain't getting forgiven. And I get it. It's the 50s. It's a different time. I don't think it should be a beloved Christmas movie in America.
Yeah, that's valid.
So,
Uh,
I strongly recommend watching it just so you
okay.
kind of get why. It's
Yeah,
kind of like, I have this opinion. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, it just doesn't make sense.
that's valid. I put it on my letterbox to watch. So I will be watching it. Um, Speaking of Christmas movies, Hallmark movies should be free to watch.
I agree. I
I
was
think,
wondering where we're going with that.
do you like them, right?
I love a good Hallmark.
Okay.
Ooh, love a good
I
Hallmark movie.
I don't mind it. I think like everyone or most people have this notion that Hallmark movies are not known for being the greatest. They're kind of shitty, same repeat storyline, and it's cliched. And I'm like, with that knowledge, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna bash on it because like everyone thinks the same relatively. However, since everyone thinks this way, I think they should be free. I don't think you should be paying however much it is. I think it's like $12 or something like
Are you
that.
paying? You're paying for movies?
Are you pirating them?
Like, are you talking about you shouldn't have to pay for streaming? Because, like, I just watch them on streaming services.
Yes. Well, any form of giving money, either streaming services or I know like
Oh.
YouTube, you can pay for them as well. And that's where my roommate and I watch them. I'm like, I don't think, even on the streaming services, on the YouTubes, on DVD, I think they should just be like their
I
own
see.
website. Like, I don't think you should pay for them at all. Even if you
I,
are paying for Netflix and one's on
yeah.
Netflix.
I was gonna say because I watch, not to promote DirecTV, but we have their streaming, like they have a cable streaming service basically where there's like little to no ads. It's not like actual cable TV. You have a very select channels, all that stuff. It's a whole thing, but it's streaming. And there's a Hallmark channel. And so technically for me, I don't pay it. It's all free. My dad pays it. So for me it's been free my whole life. But I get the point.
Right.
Is there a movie and you're not allowed to say Avatar. That when, after you watched it, you really sat there and went, "So what was the plot?" Cuz I have one.
You go first while I think of one.
Okay. Gladiator 2. I love that movie, but every time I watch it, I really sit down and go, "So what was the plot?" I just watch it for the hot guys. There's some very attractive men in that movie. And Pedro Pascal being one of them. Ew. And so I remember watching that movie with Hunter in theaters, and he was like, "Yeah, it was such a good story." And I really wanted to ask him what was the story, because I don't remember. What I do remember is there were very hot men and very scary baboons.
Yeah.
And I've watched that movie many times since. I still cannot tell you entirely what it's about.
I just Googled, I'm listening, but I just Googled like movies with unclear plots because I was like, maybe it'll spark my memory.
Yeah.
The first one, Avatar.
I mean,
It
I didn't
wasn't,
disagree. So,
yeah, it wasn't going to be my answer, but it was that one.
that's why I said you
that-
can't say Avatar, because you said that earlier.
Yeah. Um, was that it of your answer? I feel bad
Yeah.
for cutting you off. Okay.
No, you're good. It was just Gladiator 2, and that I don't understand it.
Okay. Here's one. The Greatest Showman. I, this was on the list because The Greatest Showman has a storyline.
Yeah.
It sort of has issues, but I wouldn't say there's a clear plot. Because what's the movie about? Is it about P.T. Barnum and his whole upbringing? If it is, why don't we see more of his, like, not great behaviors? Like, we kind of do, and we kind of see the circus fall apart and come back together. But I feel like it's very glazed over, and the more important, or not important, but the more shown parts in the movie are like the love lives. So his relationship with his wife, Zendaya and Zac Efron's relationship, the relationship between the circus people. I don't remember being like clearly confused after leaving that movie, but I'm like, I would have liked to see a little bit more of P.T. Barnum's controversies and what it was. Granted, I can see how they didn't put it in there because it's supposed to be a family movie and a musical. So, like, I don't
I
know.
thought they kind of did that with the whole, what's her name? The opera lady, and they kiss, they go, like that. You know what I'm talking about? Because he, like, realizes, like, one, he realizes, well, I can make him a lot of money off of this, but two, he realizes, like, oh shit, I think I like her, even though I'm married. I always thought the plot was to do with his greed and his money
Yeah.
issues, because that was a big thing in his early life before
Yes.
the circus really took off, was his money issues and the fact that he grew up in so poor that by the time he had money he didn't know what to do with it. So that, personally, that's what I thought the plot was, but I didn't. Now hearing someone else say it, I realize how that can be unclear. Yeah.
And also, he was a garbage human being. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh
But,
yeah. No, I agree.
P.T. Barnum was not a nice man for the listeners. He treated his people awful. The reason why he started the circus was because he would see these peculiar people and he wanted to put them on display to make fun of them.
He capitalized on it.
Exactly. And it's like that turned and like people enjoyed that, but it is a very awful message. But yes, he definitely was greedy. He's a jerk, and I think they should have portrayed that more. But the second movie that I can't remember the plot of, and this is a common theme with a lot of people, is The Matrix. That
never seen
movie,
it.
oh my god, it is confusing. Like, it's supposed to be, but I watched it during COVID one time, and I was like cleaning my room, and I was like, oh, I'll just put this on in the background and like kind of listen to it, right? No, this is the kind of movie you have to sit down and watch, And even after watching it like 3 or 4 times, I still don't understand it. Like, it's a great movie. And even the second one, I'm like, I still don't understand it. But that's one of the ones where I'm like, what the hell is the plot? It's just very like mind trippy.
Um, there's a movie kind of like that where I had to watch it for one of my assignments called Memento.
Mm.
I think it was Christopher Nolan's like first film ever. But it's kind of like that where I remember putting it on and I was like, oh, I just listened to it. Like, I don't need to watch the movie for this assignment. No, I had to sit down and, like, watch it because it's about this guy who has, like, short term memory loss. So I'm pretty sure he commits some murder. See, even now, I'm pretty sure he commits a murder, but then he doesn't remember it. So then he sends himself clues to figure out that it was him who did it. And you're seeing it's cut, like, you're seeing the present time and then you're seeing his past. And it's cut together but not in chronological order. So you might see him, he like has writing on his arm, and you see the writing on his arm, and then it cuts to him, or it cuts to him saying whatever, like in the past, it cuts to him saying whatever he's writing, and then maybe like 45 minutes later, it cuts to him writing it on his arm. And it's a very confusing movie. Yeah, very weird, very confusing. I wouldn't say the plot's hard to follow, but the movie itself is just like you have to sit down and meticulously watch in order to pay attention. It's very similar to Pulp Fiction. Like that's one that you kind of have to sit and
Yes.
watch to take in.
It is. Who? I'm trying to think who directed The Matrix. Oh, Lena and Lily Wachowski. Wachowski. I don't know who that is.
Do you have
Yeah.
any other hot takes or movie questions?
Hot take, this is what Christopher Nolan looks like.
Yep.
I'll go.
Yep. He is one of the greatest film minds of all time, though.
He is, but oh yeah, he did Oppenheimer. I completely forgot about that movie.
I think that movie gets too much credit.
I still haven't seen it.
I watched half of it and then gave up because it was not. I thought it was a good movie technically, but I don't think it was a good movie.
Christopher Nolan does write a lot of psychological thrillers. Like, completely forgot he wrote Inception. What a film, first off. And Dunkirk too. That I loved Dunkirk. Like my grandpa, who's like a war vet, he is one of those classic American men who just loves war, and he's like, "Let's go see Dunkirk," and I was like, I don't know about this, but I really enjoyed Dunkirk. It was a good movie.
I saw that movie solely for Harry Styles. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's valid. Wasn't Nick Jonas also in that movie?
I think no, there was.
Oh no, he was in Jumanji. Never mind. I was just picturing the plane crash scene, and I was
Yeah.
like, I think that plane crash scene was in Dunkirk. Nope, it was in Jumanji.
That's that's another movie though that I think doesn't fall under my we don't need sequels or reboots because I think that one is great. Like
Yes.
Jumanji and Jumanji Next Level, great. I think those are awesome movies spawning off of the OG movie.
Yes,
But
I agree. Which I'll say my last hot take.
go for it.
Shrek does not need 5 movies. Neither does Cars. Let it die.
There's another Cars movie coming out?
Yes, I think
I
so.
didn't see that.
I'm like 99% sure they're coming out with like a Cars 4 or 5.
Well, Cars 4 is a thing. I will say, or no,
Oh, Cars
Cars 4.
5.
Cars 3 is a thing.
Yeah, I knew
Um,
that, but I'm like Cars
I will
4.
say, those 3 Cars movies are great because they're all so different. Like Cars 1, big hotshot
Yeah.
guy in Hicktown. Great.
Yeah.
Cars 2, Mater's a secret agent. You wouldn't expect it. Great
Yeah.
movie. And then the third one is him getting it. The third Cars almost reminds me of the second Top Gun in a very similar way because it's like
Yeah.
big hotshot guy gets too old and shown up by younger model person, and that's
Yep.
exactly Cars 3, and and then you have some training sequences, the whole thing. But he's a gas car shown up by an electric car, and that's the same thing in Top Gun, where Maverick is like, I think he's a captain. I'm gonna be a captain for the rest of my life. And then you have all these young guys who are like, I can do that too. You're not special anymore. Basically the same movie.
Yeah.
I agree with Shrek. In a weird way, I was a Shrek kid. Shrek was one of my favorite movies. Shrek 2, best movie of all time. And I stand on that. Hunter
I
knows
agree. I like Shrek 2 a lot better than Shrek 1.
so funny. And it's just Prince Charming, one of my favorite characters of all time.
So good.
I think the first Shrek, great. Second Shrek, great. Third Shrek, questionable. Fourth Shrek, if you look at it through it is made for children, great movie. I don't think we need Shrek 5. I'm interested to see the story. I hate the animation.
Me too! Oops, sorry. I just saw all the red on
You know, not to change the subject, I definitely think you are Angela.
because I can't control my volume and my temper.
Yes, but also sometimes you just say things and it's just like, what did you just, like there's a clip of her where they're like, what is it? They're like something that, or a word that starts with Z, and they're all like zebra, 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 and she goes, xylophone. And they're like, that starts with X. That sounds like something that you would do.
Honestly, probably. I love Angela. But the animation, have you seen the conspiracy theories already? Like, the interns, the Fitwell interns, we are very into conspiracy theories. And they were telling me about how Shrek 5, Zendaya's a daughter, and Shrek has 3 kids, one of
Yep.
which is a girl.
Yep.
And the baby girl, had blue eyes. Zendaya has brown. And so there's a conspiracy theory going that Shrek has a trans daughter. So one of his sons is now his daughter. Because why else would the eye colors be different? Anyways, pasta la vista, baby.
We're not
Imagine-
ending that there. Oh,
Imagine we ended it there. That would be crazy. Just the cold cut.
I get it. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I'm also not saying I'm for it.
Yeah, neither am I.
Just because I'm not saying that it's not a possibility. What I am saying, though, is sometimes animators forget to check their source material, and this is not the first movie that's happened. I think there's a Cars trailer out there, not to go back to Cars, I think there's a Cars trailer out there where, like, McQueen has completely different colored eyes, because they didn't check the source material. So I'm not saying I'm against Shrek having a trans kid. I'm also not for it, and I think it might have just been a slip-up.
Yeah.
Like the Sonic teeth. Like, I just think it was a slip-up. But with that, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But that's my hot takes.
Okay. What are you obsessed with?
What am I obsessed with? I'm obsessed with dancing like you're a child. Let me explain.
Yes, please.
So, said friend and I, we have been to this country bar for several weeks. Not in a row, but like here and there. We've
Yeah.
gone several times. And he really likes to dance, and I really like to dance. Neither of us know how to swing dance together. So we just do the move where it's like that, and then you spin, and then we'll do it again, and then we spin, and then we do it again, and we lean. And it's just a repeat. The audio listeners are going to understand what I'm talking about. So I was demonstrating. And not knowing how to dance, but dancing like that, just those simple moves. Like, I used to do that when I was little and would dance with people, like my uncles or family at any event. And it has just healed me so much to be like, one, not good at something, because it's almost like an ego check for me. Because, I'm just jack of all trades, master of none. Not actually, you guys, don't worry. But it's so relieving that he thinks the same and he's enjoying himself, because, like, we've talked about it, and he's like, it feels like we're little kids again. Just having fun, letting go, and not having the stressors or the pressure of caring what anyone else in the world thinks of how we're dancing. Because at this country bar, when swing dance songs come on, everyone is swing dancing and everyone is really good. And there are very few people on a dance floor who do not know what they're doing. For example, him and I. So, I say dance like a child and don't give a care in the world about what other people think. That's what I'm obsessed with.
Love that.
What are you obsessed with?
This painting I did in 2023. I found it when I was packing my room.
Not the sunglasses. That's so cute.
Can't look at these dinosaurs and not tell me they're good. And I remember this is all freehand. I freehand all my stuff.
I love those.
So
Those
this
are
is my dinosaur.
so
And
cute.
I'm one of the people who I paint the sides of everything, so his little tail is coming around the side here. And then there's also another dinosaur up front, and that's the legs of it.
Oh my god.
But I found this, and I told Hunter it's going up in the apartment. Even though it looks like a child did it, I love it, and I never
It's
want to
so
paint over
cute.
it.
It looks like you
What
could
the
write a
people-
storybook out of it.
I know. I'm one of those people who I paint over my canvases after a while. This one,
Yeah.
never getting painted over. She's
Yeah.
staying.
Aw, cute.
That's what I'm obsessed with. Advice.
Never mind. Hold on. I of course know what my advice is gonna be. I'm just really thinking hard.
Are you going to chat GBT?
No, of course not. I totally know my advice because I've done advice before, and so I know what to do. Ooh, advice for snacks at the movies. This is crazy. Here's what I recommend you do. Get a big thing of popcorn, and if you're with friends, this works better. And then get snack trays. Because sometimes a whole thing of popcorn can be a bit much for you, for oneself. At least for me it is. It hurts my stomach. And so I get a big thing, and then we get snack trays. And we divvy out the popcorn into the snack trays. And it's like everyone has a $2 serving of popcorn instead of all having us a $9 personal size that is way too big for us. And I recommend popcorn seasoning. Fire. They come in these little containers, and it's like a popcorn with a chef hat on it. I can't remember the brand. But I love them. You do a little extra butter, some seasoning. My favorite is Parmesan garlic. And you go to town. That's my advice for popcorn. That's a really weird advice segment.
If you're by yourself, my go-to is just the smallest popcorn, the smallest drink, and then you just bring one candy from home. It is great. You got a little bit of everything. But if you're with someone, I don't know. It depends on who you're with. Cause like when I'm with my family, I've definitely done the snack tray thing. But like with Hunter, we'll just get the popcorn and then it's just you just shovel it in. But always bring candy, and always bring candy not from the movies.
So
Unless you have a
expensive.
really cool grandma. Because there was one time I went to Moana 2, and it was my brother, me, my mom, and my grandma. And my grandma was like, what do you guys want? Because like my mom went to the car to grab something. And my mom brings all her own popcorn. She brings her own popcorn, her own drink. She brings her own everything in the bag. And then usually we buy the cups, you know, so it's like cheaper. So you know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah.
plastic ones, the reusable ones. So we had those, and then I think that's what she went to go grab. She went to go grab another cup or something. I don't remember. But we were with just my grandma, and I've never just been alone with this grandma because we're not super duper close. But it was funny because she looks at my brother and I and goes, okay, what do you guys want? And I was like, oh, I just, popcorn's good and like a drink. And my brother goes, yeah, same. Like, she had got him pretzels before from Wetzel's Pretzels because we were by the mall around here.
So good.
And she was like, do you guys want candy? And I was like, no, it's too expensive. And she looks at me and goes, just pick a candy. It was $9 for a movie box size of candy. And this woman goes, you want another one? We can pick a couple. I was like, I'm good. I'll take this. Like, this is okay. And my brother, too, was like, thank you. This one is okay. But we were like, She was about to spend, like, that's $18 between the two of us for candy, plus she bought popcorn, plus she bought us both the cup, the reusable cup, and a drink.
Why is movie theater snacks so expensive?
I don't know. And it's funny, tying it back to the Oscars, big tie around. At the Oscars, they were very much implying, they were very much saying, we need to save movie theaters. We need to go to the movies and save movie theaters. And I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think movie theaters should stop making it so goddamn expensive, though, in order to save them. Anyways,
I
now your
agree.
favorite segment. Your favorite one.
What that dog do?
Oh, sound excited.
And now, time for my absolutely favorite segment. What that dog do? Emma, what that dog be doing?
This morning, I'm kind of sick, if you can't tell. I keep sniffling and I feel bad. Um, I was laying in bed this morning, and when I first wake up, I'll leave my door open so that if my sister's home, she'll come say hi to me in the mornings. The dogs will come in my room, and my dog came in my room, and she started growling at me because all she could see was like the side of my head, and then my blanket was covering everything else. So she
Oh.
started growling, and I like popped my head up, and I just looked at her and I went, "Come here." And she hopped up in the bed and just laid next to me, and she's never done that. And we laid together for like an hour and a half, and she just laid there. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I hate that we're getting so close, and I'm leaving you in T minus 3 days." So that's what that
Oh.
dog.
That's my dog. He be sleeping. My
I know.
room
I
is a
saw him
mess.
climb up on the bed earlier.
Where is he? That's his butt right there. Boop, boop. It's also snowing. Can you see outside?
A little bit. Love that. Okay. Oh, I'm
What?
gonna butcher this outro. Anyways,
You got
and
it.
with that, follow us wherever your podcasts are podcasting. If you want behind the scenes and to like interact with us or stuff, go to the Instagram. It's pennypodofficial underscores after every word. The YouTube. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, will be updated. We'll see. I'm in the process of moving currently. And we don't know when we're doing. Oh, I forgot a big update, and then I'll continue the outro. I bought a couch.
Oh, yay! That's a.
It
Oh
was
my
an
god.
expensive couch, but I
Poor
bought a
levels.
couch.
Exciting.
So, it's a pull-out. It's a day bed too. So very excited.
So I could
about
sleep over.
it. Exactly. That's what I told Hunter. I was like, we have so many people who have been saying like, oh, when you get a place, I'm gonna sleep over. We need something that can pull out into a bed. So we got that.
Yay. Good.
Anyways, yeah, the YouTube will be a YouTube thing eventually on YouTube where, what is it? Just Penny Pod? Penny Podcast? Penny for
I
your
think
thoughts?
it's the full name. I think it's Penne for your thoughts on YouTube.
We're something.
Just
Look up Penny something. We're
Yeah.
something on there. Anything else? I don't think so. And with that,
you couldn't have sounded more enthusiastic for that outro.
I had to
See,
keep
guys.
the vibes because the
Yeah.
intro was so like melancholy or so like down, so I had to continue. Anyways, and with that, pasta la vista.